Hi, and welcome to Using Technology, Marketing. Meet Anson Singh, who teaches marketing in Bakersfield. Anson has never been a techie. Although he admits he can barely get through his day without his smartphone, he doesn't need the latest version and finds there are many apps that he just never remembers to use. But Anson knows the same is not true for his students. They're so connected to technology, they're fearless, he says. Anson believes that technology is a tool rather than an end in itself. In class, he uses his document camera regularly and projects his laptop or tablet view onto the larger screen so his students can easily see what marketing concept he's referring to. But he doesn't use technology just to use it. It has to further the learning. One of the best uses for technology in his classroom is the ability to help students with disabilities or language issues compensate. Software that can read for a student with dyslexia or translate for a student who speaks Portuguese can really facilitate understanding. Last year, a group of teachers at his school wrote a grant, and so now he has Chromebooks for all his students. Having that ease of access to the internet has made a huge difference in how he teaches his class. For instance, Anson found a project on the CTE website called Advertise My Product, Media Design 3 PBL Project by Angela Timon. It was actually listed under the Arts, Media, and Entertainment pathway, but it's an easy fit for his class. According to Anson, there are many projects that can be tweaked to fit other classes. You just have to be a little creative, and almost everything can apply to marketing. It's everywhere. In the project, students learn the 10 principles of advertising and then evaluate some ads. From there, students choose a product and visit the company website to evaluate what the client's mission statement is and start to work up a profile of the client's needs. Students are working in groups, so Anson will have them use Google Docs so they can collectively take notes. They can add to it as they go along and from wherever they are. When it's time to submit it, they just send him the link. Using the internet for the research means that plagiarism and copyright issues are a concern. Anson has groups research and then design brochures, posters, or electronic posters using Glogster to place in the school library to help other students learn how to correctly quote and cite sources, as well as what counts as intellectual theft and what is allowed. Having them understand and communicate in layman's terms things like the defined use aspects of Creative Commons makes it easier for other students to make sense of the information. The last phase of the project is where students develop a 30-second commercial spot for their client's product. In order to create the spot, students use cameras, 2D animation software, 3D animation software, and video editing software, including things like Final Cut Pro, Flash, Maya, Adobe Premiere, and iMovie. Anson expands the project so it also brings up the issue of registered trademarks and new product patenting. Anson students often have fresh ideas for new products, so learning the issues involved in protecting their ideas as they bring them to market leads to a terrific discussion. Anson students also find that blogging and tweeting are solid marketing approaches for new products. While social media sites open a huge marketing opportunity, they also require caution. Anson discusses privacy issues and cyber safety with his students. He says they know about cyberbullying and some of the horror stories, they just don't believe it can happen to them. Technology is not without its problems, admits Anson. You have to have a backup plan. He remembers a day when having 32 students streaming video overloaded their wireless and the whole thing crashed. That day, using technology became the homework, and the in-class time was spent on discussion, mapping, and brainstorming. Anson keeps whiteboards and dry erase markers available. Very low tech, he admits. My students will map their ideas on the whiteboards. Giving them only one marker per group helps them listen when someone is explaining or drawing an idea. Then they'll snap a picture of the whiteboard and turn it in electronically. Using so much technology requires that Anson challenge himself to stay current. He finds his best source of information is a few of his techie students. I let them know I'm interested in the latest and greatest, and they'll bring me what they've discovered. Then I can do my own research on the topic, device, or software. Thanks for watching.